Okay, it's time to get back on this motor. Got an empty workbench, finally. So, oh, that must be the blue rag everybody was talking about. That's not a rag, that's a polished cam cover protector. Alright, so I gotta line ring all these bushings here. So I made all those tools. Here's all my reamers now. Choose which one we're going to use there. How about my orange rag? So I'm going to measure up these, see which one's which size. And the pinion bushing is this one. I got to check to see if that bushing's good too. Alright, so I'm going to ream all of these holes here. And we're going to use the case over here to do it. Not this one though. I want this side. This one we're not using. Not right now anyway. So what you do is you put the reamers through this side and you ream this side after it's mounted on the bike. Early motors have 2 dowel pins, 1 and 2, so the cover goes the same spot each time. Late motors, and Harley's greater wisdom, they got rid of this dowel pin, so all they got is just the one, so the cover floats around, so you got no reference point to use for doing your reamers. So what you got to do is you got to put all the cams in there, all the bushings in there, I mean all the pinion shaft, everything in there, and let it self-center. And you do one bushing at a time, and as you do it, you put the cam in that hole, and you let everything kind of center up that way. It's kind of a stupid way of doing it, but that's how Harley does it. Oh well. So these older motors are a lot better made, basically. Okay, so one of these cams was undersized. I don't know which one it was. That's why to make all these special reamers. So we're going to measure them. Okay, so this is 11 on the mic right here. The reamer will cut 12.5. That's what it should cut anyway. So that would theoretically leave you about 1 1/4 clearance, which is a nice snug fit. This one here is out around a little bit. Yep, it's about 1 thou out around. That's our small one. It's about the same as that one. And then this one's a big one here. Get the big mic out. This one's 1 1/8. So theoretically 0 is what the reamer cuts, so we're at 1 1/4 under that. So that's on size. Okay, so this one here is a small one. Number 3 is our small one. So that's the one we're going to deal with. That's why I made the reamers, for 1 bushing. Okay. But I'm going to use my new ones. I'm going to try out these new ones I made. Alright, it's just a carbide tip, so it should leave a better finish. So let's go measure the diameter, see what it's going to cut. It's going to cut about 1/2 thou over. So I got to back this thing off a little bit. Let's see, which one is it? This one here? Nope, first one. Oh, that hurts. Too tight. Wrap up the reamer, hold on to the important part that cut you. There you go, back it off a little bit. About 1/3 of a turn off. Come back and measure it. That should cut about a half a thou undersize now. Okay, so that's a good starting point because we don't know what it's going to cut. So we err on the tight side. So that'll be fine. So that goes in that hole right there, number 2 hole. That has to go in right now because it's too big to go through the cam bearing hole. Okay. So this one is our cam bearing one. So this should be able to put this through the cam bearing hole itself. I think I already set this one to be undersized a little bit. Yeah, it's about 1 1/4 undersize. Okay, so that one's ready to go. I don't know if this will go through the cam bearing or not. Yep. It should because it's the same size. But doesn't hurt to check. So this has to go on now. Like that. Cutting oil here. A little bit on the teeth here. I didn't check that yet to see if that needs it. Feels pretty good. That's nice. 2 holes in that bag. Great. So is that already cut or is that the way they came? Looks like I might have reamed it already. Some marks in there, but not very much. Okay, so that's that way. So now we're going to go ahead and put our cam cover on here, on top of the case. Got to find some screws to hold it down with. So they should be in here someplace. So look at our screw pile. Here's our screws. These are straight slot originals, so we've got to be careful with them. One. We don't need all of them, but we need a few of them. So we'll just get them all out here right now. Figure out which ones we want to use. Okay, looks like that's all of them, hopefully. We'll see. I don't usually put the gas on there when I do my lapping or my reaming. Yeah, can't see nothing. Okay, so now we take our screws in here wherever they need to go. Find our long ones. That was the long one. All right. Labor-intensive part. Tightening everything down. So this cover is doweled, so I don't have to put other cans and stuff in here. Just put the cover down and go cut everything. So you want to make sure you tighten the screws up the next way you're going to be the reaming, so the cover's down flat like it's supposed to be. And this little one on the side I shouldn't have to do, but make sure it covers down all the way. This one we don't need. Okay, so now this is all held on there. I made the reamer correctly, so there's inflay in it. Plus. Okay. Let me take all this over here and do some work. Oh boy. So we get to go over here. Machine shop area. That's where we make a mess. So we're going to ream on the floor. Put a towel down to protect the cover. Otherwise known as an old Dickie shirt. That's what I use anyway. So you put the cover on the floor here, like that, and that protects it. I just ream it. Alright, so we got our other, got a cutting fluid, got the other reamer, and a drill water. Everything right nearby where you need it. So use a nice heavy duty 1/2 inch drill. So we just go down here and over a shaft here, tighten it down. Try not to push it into the bearing too much when you're doing this, bushing. Okay, so I hold the case from my feet and my ankles, and then we just run the reamer down. And that's it for that. Okay, so now we swap it out to this other one. Now we can do the other 3. We've already lubed up the bushing, so we're just going to put some on the reamer here. We'll do all these other three now. Ooh. A lot of cutting. Do not run the reamers through the bearings. The needle bearings are hard and it's not good for the reamer and ain't good for the bearing. So don't run that through. Okay, after you do it, take this out so you don't damage it. Take that apart and go see what it looks like. So we'll be back.